Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. Today we are looking at the Tier 10 French destroyer, the pinnacle of the French destroyer line, the Kléber. Now, as is the case with many Tier 10 destroyers, or Tier 10 ships in general, the Kléber didn't exist. Now, the Mogador, which this ship is actually based off, that one did exist. And these were further developments of the Le Terrible class that we were seeing here in Tier 8. So that is actually rather reasonable, to assume that, well, if the French had continued building these ships, then this is sort of what they would have come up with. So what's the main difference here between the Mogador and the Kléber and the Le Fantasque class, not Le Terrible. Le Terrible is one of the Le Fantasque class ships. One big difference, or main difference, is in the turrets. And let's have a very quick look here. The Le Fantasque gets single turrets, and this is the 139mm guns. And the Mogador gets technically what are twin turrets, but they're not really twin turrets. And it's the same with the Kléber as well. They're not really twin turrets. I think, I'm trying to peek here, it looks like they are closed in the rear. So this would actually be the 1940 refit. And if we will have a look at the Kléber, it's probably a similar story here. It's difficult to see, but yeah, these were more like casemates. So they were originally not really having not having a rear plating, and that got fixed a little bit later on. But yeah, these are twin turrets. So the Kléber has a grand total of 8 guns, and these guns themselves were pretty good, but the turrets and the mountings and everything else had a lot of issues, especially how they designed the ships in the very beginning, because the hoist system was manual and super complicated, such that you had to have actually 4 hoists, two for each gun, so 4 in a turret, because they would hoist up with the actual ammunition and the charges separately, and then it all had to be sort of rammed and assembled. The other problem that these turrets had was that they were, like all the automated systems, like the electric drives to rotate the turrets and to change the elevation, were very underpowered. So they actually really struggled to reach the rate of fire that they were designed to. It was pretty disastrous in the beginning. They did, and I think it was a 1940 refit and fixed some of the issues there, but never really got around to evolving it further. So this is technically a light cruiser. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here, right? Let's have a look how she compares to the Mogador at Tier 9, which I haven't reviewed, but they're very, very similar ships. So let's have a very quick look. Now, the Mogador got the Rapid Reload 3 and the Engine Boost 3. The Kléber gets an Engine Boost 4, which increases the speed for 20%. I mean, as if these things weren't quick enough as they are. She gets a slightly more hit points, but the armor plating is pretty much non-existent, so these things will take a lot of damage. The speed, obviously, is where it's all at. And the Kléber has a base speed of almost 43 knots. And with that is, even without the engine boost running, probably one of the fastest things out there you'll ever get to see for the time being. Maneuverability is somewhat comparable to the Mogador because, once again, it's effectively a Tier 10 Mogador. The guns are still the 139mm, but get a little bit better stats. Now, the base reload with 7.1 seconds is not great. And, I mean, these are 139mm guns. There are boosters out there, or Minotaurs with 150mm guns that have, well, fully automated turrets and that are way, way faster in terms of fire rate than these things are. Because a lot of these gun handling was done by hand. The range is better a little bit, and the damage is a little bit higher, but other than that, it's pretty much the same setup as on the Mogador. The torpedoes are different, but only in that you get 10 of them, 12 of them, rather than the 10 on the Mogador, in 4 triple launchers. Now, these are side mounted because once again these are actually light cruisers. So you can only fire you can only overfire half of them at one side. But they do a little bit more damage. The AA has been, and I'm going to put very big air quotes around this, improved. It still doesn't make any difference. And these destroyers were known to not be having a particularly great anti-aircraft armament to begin with. And the concealment very, very clearly confirms my statement here that this is in fact a light cruiser, because 7.68 kilometer base concealment means that you're not out spotting anything in this game. At least destroyer-wise. Right, so like an evolution of the Mogador. And a very fast thing. Probably the most similar thing I could think of would be the Khabarovsk, the tier 10 destroyer, in big quotes, on the traditional Soviet line. And if we compare these two, obviously the Khabarovsk doesn't get the same speed boosts. She doesn't get the same rapid reload. Does get one smoke though. And the Kaba is a sturdier ship all over. Isn't quite as quick, but the guns have a base reload of 5 seconds rather than the 7.1. And the turrets rotate a hell of a lot faster than the slightly anemic French turrets. Other than that, obviously the French torpedoes are better because, well, it's a Soviet destroyer. Everybody's torpedoes are better. And the AA is a little bit better on the Kaba, but you're still not really going to win a prize for that. And the Kléber has a worse surface detection than the Khabarovsk. That in itself is quite an achievement. But yeah, other than that, they're relatively similar in everything. So how can you set this ship up? Well, you can do what I like to do. You could get for the main battery reload and the main battery rotation, and that would be a very, very good choice. Because these are gunboats. Let's not kid ourselves. These are gunboats because they have a dreadful surface detection. They're not going to be able to stealth toward no matter what you do, and well, they might be just about if you go for a concealment build, but that's not the point of these things. They're too fast, even with a slightly longer torpedo range than your surface detection, to actually, get torpedoes on target and then not be detected. And then that's not the point of these things. It's all about the guns, which means, of course, I've selected the engine because that gives us plus 5% speed. Not only that, it also improves the acceleration a little bit, which was kind of necessary. But yeah, obviously both would be valid. I just like to go for the meme build here. You can choose the turret traverse, or you can choose the main battery mod 2, once again for better reload. So you can play the long range gunboat style in these things. And just ignore the other destroyers, pretty much ignore cruisers as well, and just rain down death and destruction, high explosive death and destruction on these things, and just stay at max range. This is one possible playstyle. You could do it like that. In that case, you would probably want the main battery mod 2 and the gun reload and turret traverse, because you're not going to be able to choose this one. I like to play these things, well, like I said, more the meme style. So it might not be quite as successful, but it's a hell of a lot more fun than just sitting there and raining shells down. So that's why I have the main battery mod 1 for turret traverse. I have the steering gear mod in here. You could as well go with the propulsion mod. It does get the rudder shift a little bit more down, and once again, it's due to what I like doing in these things, which is just to zip around left, right, and center and shoot at anything that moves or doesn't. With the more gunboat long range build, you may be better off using the propulsion mod in that slot. And once again, propulsion mod 2 here, because it's all about the speed. You could go concealment and get the concealment a little bit down, such that it would allow you to disengage if you're coming under concentrated fire using your speed. That would totally be a valid playstyle, but it's not what I've chosen. So just be aware that this is not like a canonical build or something. It's just there are different ways how you can play the ship. So with all this setup, what are we getting out of this then? We are getting a base max speed of 47 knots. Yep. The time to full speed is a bit on the slow side. So yeah, the propulsion mod would work here as well. Turn time's down to just over 4 seconds, which is a little bit on the long side for a destroyer, but it's manageable. Where was I? The main guns, yeah, because I haven't really done anything about these. We've only improved the turret traverse a little bit to just over 14 degrees per second, which is workable. The 12 is a bit on the long side, which doesn't matter if you're kiting or if you're like long range firing, but if you're zipping around everywhere, it's kind of useful. And yeah, nothing else has changed. So, what else? I have actually put the historical camouflage on this because it's a tier 10 ship. And, well, you know, if somebody really likes a tier 10 ship, it is expensive. It costs 6,000 gold, which is not an insignificant investment. But I figured we'll do that for at least for the upper tiers, because these are things that people would probably be keeping. This gives us more firing range, more torpedo range, better traverse speed, and surface detection, all good things. Although the surface detection really doesn't make an awful lot of difference because you're still going to be spotted everywhere you go. I have put a level 10 commander in here, which is useful because it also includes the 2 ship skills that you really want to boost, the reload and the engine boost. I've got underwater protection, torpedo alert, obviously, preheating, nothing suspicious here. I do have the fire supremacy for an additional rapid reload because I can use that. The exploit weakness pretty obviously as well, although it really just makes a difference with the torpedoes. The guns don't really make that much of a difference, but still it's good to have. Then you don't get any smoke screens, so you may as well get adrenaline rush for faster reload when you're on low health. The engine overload most definitely, because you only get 2 of those boosters. That's not an awful lot, and you really want them to last as long as you can, because speed is your only defense. And obviously the master reloader, without which the 4 rapid reloads would be a bit of a challenge. Now there is a legendary captain, and I haven't looked into anything, so that's why we're not really talking about him. But he does get a much better engine boost as a legendary skill, with just doubles the duration rather than, I think it's 25% that you get from the normal one. And he also gets a more powerful torpedo donks and a much better adrenaline rush. So this would be a commander for the French destroyer line, definitely. And I'll try that out at one point. I just need to research who he actually was and, you know, figure out all those things. So for now, we're just doing it like this. Okay, all this out of the way, let's get into some games, because I've got 2 games for you, which are very, very different. Because one thing you got to be sort of aware of is that when you play these things, you are going so fast that you can get, well, how am I going to put this? You can get a bit cocky at times and think that you're actually invulnerable. All right, let's get going. In the first game, we're playing on Hourglass, and we're up against Yamato, Musashi, Minotaur, Halland, and Mogador. So a lot of opposition, things especially that you don't want to see are things like Minotaurs. Although one thing's to be said about the 139mm guns, the AP packs a punch. So don't be afraid to actually use the AP on things other than destroyers. You can definitely also hurt something like a Minotaur pretty well. No carrier, so I'm gonna go scouting. Switching over to the AP because 3 destroyers. And just checking where the rest of my team is going. But yeah, even without using the engine boost, you're doing 50 knots. I think she does just under 60 once you switch the engine boost on. But you only have 2 of them, so use them wisely. And honestly, this thing is so fast that you probably really don't need it at the onset of the battle, unless you're going for an early cap or something. So there should be at least 1 or 2 enemy destroyers coming around here at this point. They're obviously going to outspot me, but I'm just getting the torpedoes ready and seeing if anything comes. It's a bot over there. Okay, I'm spotted, so there is a destroyer here. Let's see if we can goad him into actually shooting at him. Oh, it's the Halland. Okay, so drop some torpedoes in his wake and get him under fire, and then get the rapid reload on, because while the guns are generally a bit pedestrian in their reload, once you have that rapid reload on, oh, that's a decent spread. I might be taking 1 here. Once you have the rapid reload on, the guns are definitely hurting. So that's 1 torpedo on the Halland, and can we get him? He might be stuck there, let's see, but I am getting a lot of attention here, and obviously bots are a bit of a problem because they also shoot at you. Plus there is the cruiser on the other side, and I think that was a minor, so I definitely do need to get out of here. And yeah, the minor is shooting at me, so I can't pursue the Halland any further. And just returning fire at the Mino, but I sort of don't want to be here. And that's what I mean. We're shooting AP at Minos. Citadel at 10 kilometers. Yeah, you can do that with these 139mm guns. Definitely. Okay, that was a torpedo on the bot, but now it looks like most of our team is sort of going this way. And we're just, you know, Mino can't really hit us from here. Can someone kill that bot? Yeah, thank you. Okay, Mino's smoking up. Because, and I am using my engine boost to sort of get out of here at this point, because the smoked Mino is not something I want to deal with. Musashi, obviously, we will switch over to the... Oh, we just run into a lot of torpedoes. Switch over to the high explosive eventually, but I don't really want to be here, because they... my team is sort of lemming training a little bit this direction, so I'm probably just going to... Okay, Musashi went into the Mino smoke. Just going to turn around and get to the other side, which is something you can do relatively easily in a ship like the Kléber, because, well, it's too easy actually. Okay, I just want to see if we can do something about the Musashi, but yeah, back to the armor piercing. The Mino should be popping out any second. There he is. And get some more shots into that thing, because that's really the reason I can't push here, because obviously a Minotaur at close range is a bit of an issue. Plus that thing's got obviously torpedoes as well. So some farewell shots, but I have sort of run out of map, and by the looks of it, my whole team is coming around here, except for that one battleship that is in the center cup. The bot Yamato has been chasing the enemy Mogador, which is generally not a great idea. So I'm on the wrong side of the map, which would be an issue in most destroyers. Not so much in the Kléber, because yeah, you can do this. And then you are, if you're going in a straight line, doing, what's it, 58 knots? There are torpedoes that are slower than you, literally. Okay, let's keep firing at the Minotaur and get ourselves back into the center of the map. We're leading by 1 kill, but obviously that doesn't mean anything. The Minotaur has to dodge some torpedoes, so I'm using that chance to sink some shots into him. But there is an island right ahead, and once again the Minotaur smokes up, so that is starting to return fire, so I probably don't want to be here. So let's get out of here and find ourselves something else to shoot at. That Holland is still alive. That's a shame. I had him pretty much... I almost had him if it wasn't for that Mino. Okay, just in case he wants to push this way, let's drop some torpedoes over here, just in case. They don't have a great range. 6.6 kilometers is dreadful, but you know, they're there, and you can occasionally make pretty good use of them. Okay, there we got the Holland. Okay, let's see if we can get him this time around. Where is he going? Is he running away? Not sure. Holland torpedoes are quick, so you do need to watch out. Yeah, there come the torpedoes. You do need to watch out. I'm not sure whether there's only 3 of them left, so. This is sort of the moment where I'm thinking, okay, we've got this. There's only 3 of them left, and I'm still on full health almost. So, you know, I can just go around and have a little bit of fun. And that's sort of the good and the bad thing about these ships, because that Lepanto there is going to be probably running into a bunch of torpedoes, and I'm just going to go out the other side. But the Lepanto is sailing away, and the rest of my team is camping on the other end of the map. So you're very, very quickly getting yourself into a situation, and yeah, there's the Mogador. That's a problem. So let's drop some torpedoes. There's the Holland as well. So you get pretty much very quickly get yourself into situations where that island is in the way. So there's a waste of a rapid reload, where you're overextending yourself a little bit. So I would really like to pretend that this was all a tactical consideration, and I was, you know, trying to draw the fire from the 2 destroyers and making sure that they're not going after my battleships and that Lepanto survives and all those things. But really, let's be honest here, I was really just getting overexcited and trying to play with all these guys, and then realized, oh yeah, there's a Mogador, and that thing has effectively the same guns as I do, and they are the Holland torpedoes, which I can dodge. But there's also a Yamato shooting at me, and suddenly you're not feeling so brave anymore. And trying to win harder at this point hasn't really worked out that well, because the next salvo from the Yamato, and I don't have any more rapid reloads, is going to very much finish me off. So just Hail Mary torpedoes out, and that was that. It was actually the Mogador that got me. So yeah, oops. But fortunately, I'm just a destroyer, and we've got 3 battleships left, so we're still ahead on points, as long as nobody else manages to get themselves killed. But yeah, I would really like to pretend that this was a tactical consideration and a masterstroke of genius where I was trying to draw the fire away from the friendly battleships. But yeah, in reality, I really just got too excited. And that's the problem with the Kléber. You get yourself into... You get yourself into trouble very, very quickly. And if you're not careful, in deeper trouble than you would want to be. So please nobody die, especially that Lepanto there. You're on relatively low health. And you're getting shot at by the Yamato and everybody else, because obviously the enemy team can count as well, but we managed to survive, and the team manages to win, despite my best efforts, to the contrary. So that sort of thing happens. You find yourself you're so fast, you find yourself in trouble a lot quicker than you anticipate. But, but it's sort of also the fun of it. I find, like, you get the idea. And sometimes, and we still came second in the team, so it wasn't all that bad. Sometimes it can work out really, really well. And then you get games like this. Typhoon's Eye domination. We're up against, it's a carrier battle, and it's a Malta. And the player may know what they're doing, so let's keep an eye out on that thing. We've got Montana, Conqueror, a Georgia, a Donskoy, Gearing, and Fletcher. So let's do this. Obviously, with a carrier in play, you kind of do need to watch out that you're not engine boosting yourself half across the map before your team is anywhere near, and you just get, deleted by the enemy carrier. The temptation is there. Let me put it this way. The temptation is definitely there. So we're going to head towards B Cup and make ourselves useful. We're together with a Zhao, 2 destroyers. I am going to leave it on the high explosive for now, because we may hit one. But we'll see where the friendly carrier is scouting. I'm not yet using the engine boost because, frankly, I'm fast enough. And I really don't want to be alone and be deleted by that British carrier. Obviously, I'm spotted. But, okay. It looks like the British carrier is not... Okay, he's dropping the... He's been punishing that island pretty severely, but he's leaving us alone. So, okay, the carrier is not a threat. Right, so that means I can engine boost myself up and go scouting, because the friendly carrier isn't scouting. And there's the Gearing. Hello, Mr. Gearing. Okay, can't see him anymore. Shots out, but there was a Gearing over there, so let's just drop some torpedoes in case he wants to come this way. And we'll just keep going, because right now we just want to go and zoom and be faster than everybody else. I mean, obviously people are not used yet to how fast these things can go, but the speed builds are really ridiculously fast. Now we are trying to set the Montana on fire, which tends generally not to be a super easy thing. And something is pushing me from the rear there. Sorry for that. Yep, sorry. I'm getting out of the way. Who's that? Oh, it's the Zhao. Zhao, what the heck are you doing? You know there's a Gearing right there, right? Okay, let's help the Zhao against the Gearing, because they are going to... Oh, and he's going broadside to a Montana. Yeah, that's predictable. And there come the Gearing torpedoes. Gearing's on fire, so he's around about there. So, given that the Zhao, our only cruiser, has... Well, technically there are 2 of us. I mean, I'm a cruiser as well. Has sort of, blundered a little bit here. And the Gearing has blundered as well, because he's running to the island. So, I'm going to go and help. There is the carrier around, and once again, I am just really relying on my speed here to make sure that I can get away from this. But we have a battleship in support now, so I'm going to be light cruiser and chase that Gearing. Now, Gearing's dropped his torpedoes 30-40 seconds ago, so he probably is about to be reloaded. There is a Georgia there, I need to watch out as well. Okay, he's going undetected. Torpedoes on narrow, just in case. Keep an eye on the Georgia where he's looking. Doesn't seem to be looking... Okay, Gearing is shooting. That means he's dropped his torpedoes, most likely. Because why else would he be shooting at me? He's been... he's gone undetected. So, we're slowing down a little bit, because he's probably dropped me right past this island here. And, yeah, we will just be careful. There are definitely going to be torpedoes in the water. Okay, reverse, and next rapid reload up. Don't be thrifty with those. You can use these quite actively. Now the thing is, because the Gearing guaranteed has dropped me, I can't really chase after him right now. Where are the torpedoes? There they are. Okay, I can't chase after him because he's been trying to bait me into chasing him, but into his torpedoes. But no, that's not happening. So he survives on like no hit points or something. Okay, which means we're shooting at the Georgia then. Actually, what's it look like? We're just very slightly ahead on points because I was a bit faster in capping. Let's rush the Georgia, shall we? So let's set him on fire. and then we're just going to rush him and clear out that capture circle, because I think he's alone. If the gearing shows up, he's dead, because he's on almost no health. And everybody else is bimbling around the other side. Carrier isn't focusing on me, so here we go, engine boost up. And straight at the Georgia. Now obviously the Georgia has realized what I'm doing here and is reversing furiously while burning. Okay, these were the main turrets, so at least the forward turrets. So I can turn. He might be dodging those torpedoes, so we're going to turn in front of his bow and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, secondaries, and now we outrun his turrets. He's dodged most of some of the torpedoes, but now I'm just going to blap him inside with the other set, and it's a dead Georgia. Okay. There's that gearing. Hello. Okay, he's smoking out and sailing away. So let's try to set the Montana on fire again while we're here. And I'm capping again. I didn't even realize. The carrier is focusing on me at this point. Montana goes behind the smoke, and we're still trying to set the Montana on fire while we're here. You know, might as well. There come some torpedo bombers. I'm just gonna keep going because honestly, yep, he's misjudged. Carrier players will learn how much lead you need to give, but this is also a speed build Kléber. So a stock Kléber or a non-speed build Kléber is going to be quite a little bit slower than that. Okay, we're holding all for capture circles, but we're equal on kills and we're not that far ahead on points. Okay, Malta is over there. So let's head towards the Montana. Something's capping D, so one of the destroyers is over there. Up, the gearing is there. Okay, nose towards the Montana, and keep an eye on the gearing, because that gearing is going to be trouble. Now I did mention that the AP is pretty good, and I am switching over to the AP in anticipation of having to face the gearing. But I just don't want to give broadside to the Montana in case he pays attention. But now I have to, because gearing's probably going to have dropped torpedoes at this point. So nose in, try to dodge, and just rush up as fast as you can. And there comes the first spread, there come the Montana shots, dodge those, first spread dodged, Montana secondaries dodged, and that's a dead gearing. Okay, done. And some torpedoes on the Montana, and then we're going away the other direction, because he might have reloaded the HE by now, for all I know. Secondaries coming in, nope, still firing AP, no problem. I see you there, destroyer, I see you. But back to the HE, and oh yeah, I can Citadel Montana from here. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to kill the Montana. Can you stop being so pesky? Okay, back to the AP then. Yep, there he is. That would have been the Fletcher. Yep, there he is. Hello, Mr. Fletcher. Torpedoes on the Monty. One spread out at the Fletcher just to... I'm not even going to bother with the torpedoes because I've still got a rapid reload. And yeah, that's an almost full health Fletcher, but not for long. Here we go. Rapid reload on, and yeah, you run, Mr. Fletcher. You're out of torpedoes, and you're not even trying to shoot your guns, are you? you know you're doomed. Okay, one more. Might be like 2 more salvos or something. His torpedoes probably not yet reloaded, but should be almost. I mean, he's the last ship alive. Stop struggling. Oi, that's mine. That's mine. I've been chasing him down. I've been dodging his torpedoes. That's mine. Midway. Leave him alone. Nope, that is my kill. And there's the Fletcher. And there we go. So, yeah. It's furious. It's hectic. It's half the time you have to sail on instinct. So if you don't have a great map awareness, or you don't know exactly where you're going, you'll have trouble with this. But if you have a bit of an idea what you're doing, and with a bit of luck, because it doesn't always work, but with a bit of luck as well, keep one eye on the minimap, because you are getting yourself into trouble very quickly. But it's like playing the game on 1.5 speed. That's pretty much what this is. And if you feel like you're up for that, then this can be an absolutely hilarious ship to play in the speed configuration. And even if you say, "Oh, this is too stressful for me. I just want a long range HE spam," and go for the gunboat build and pretend you're a light cruiser without a citadel, and that's sort of also working. So yeah, this is a fun ship. I don't think I'll be playing this for hours at a time, because it's literally just too stressful. But for the occasional game, you can get like hilarious games like this and just have a great amount of fun. So yeah, that's it for today. That's the Kléber, the tier 10 French destroyer. We'll go with that. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.